Zorro first stepped through the portal, he thought of a lot of things, but he didn't think that a fairy's obsession with their lover would destroy his best tool in this world. Now all that remains of his wife is her grave beside the cursed remains of a raven. Would he still have chased after Celine if he knew the pink fairy was coming? Yes, he would. Now he is alone, and Celine is awake in the safety of Verdington Castle. She shares all that she knows with Queen Ivy, who is thankful she has not been hurt. The Queen gathers her fairies and plans an attack on Witch's Island. A party of 3 will be enough. Lady Morrigan grabs what dangerous potions she can from her stores in preparation. And the trio set off. When they arrive at the cottage, they step over the remnants of Raven and Marjorie. So that's what happened. Inside, Lord Zorro waits by the fire. Should he fight tooth and nail, or give in and rejoice at the fool he has made of them? The fairies rush in and surround the lone villain. He is no match for their powers combined. Before they begin their attack, Queen Ivy grabs the purple lord and demands to know where their daughter is. Hello everyone, this is Fantasy Ask and welcome back to The Sims 3 Fairy Amazon Royal Saga with the Verdington Fae Court and Lord Zorro Dragovic. Before we begin, I want to say a very special welcome to my channel members. Thank you so much for your support. I appreciate it immensely. It is Tuesday afternoon. Celine has finally woken up, and the Queen, along with 2 of our special fairies, the hero and the sorceress, have arrived at Witch's Island to confront Lord Zorro, bring him down, and save the beautiful princess, who is slightly mad at this point, but then again, she always was. Look at how disgusting this whole cottage is at this point. We have just soot everywhere because of the massive fire that happened when Celine escaped. We've got, look at this, spoiled food all around the place. There's flies buzzing everywhere. It is just nasty as can be. The toilet looks very nasty as well. Not as bad as some of the ones I've seen, but still, flies everywhere. The place is rotting. The place is decaying. It's got a whole bunch of dark energy everywhere. But these fairies, they have it under control. Now, they left the silver fairies, our elders, back at the castle to protect the youngsters, of course, and take care of things there. And they feel as though just a party of 3 powerful fairies is enough to take down this youngster. So they're going ahead and doing that. And on their way in, they saw the remains of Marjorie and Raven. So they're kind of piecing together that, oh, Raven was missing for so many days and she hasn't come back because she's not alive anymore. She died. So I don't think the Queen looks forward to bringing this news back to Lady Nessie, who has no clue that her oldest daughter has passed away, and to Azalea, who's going to find out her sister has died. So that's kind of big news going on with them over there. And they don't know where the princess is. She's threatening Lord Zorro, demanding to know where her daughter is, and he's just refusing to tell at all. So the Queen is going to go ahead and she is going to attack him. Let's see. She's going to attack him. Okay, here we go. She's going to use some powerful fairy magic, and she is going to deal with this fairy. Okay, so she's just showing him how little power he has. Okay, and she is going to give him inner beauty. She's gonna bring out his ugly, evil nature. So, oh, come on, come on. Ugly, evil nature. Oh no! I didn't realize once they're tricked, they can't be tricked. That's unfortunate. Really? That's a thing? How is that even a thing? Interesting. Well, the queen had a whole lot of power, and she could have used one of the other ones, but I guess she didn't. That's fine, though, because Morrigan got some potions when she came. So she's actually going to give one of these potions to Nuala, who is going to attack Lord Zoro with it. So we've got a flask of angry bees. We're going to go ahead and throw this elixir at Lord Zoro. So let's go ahead and get that done. Let's go. Let's go. I'm sure we'll be able to attack him with some other fairy tricks in a bit. She's going to throw that at him. That's exactly what he deserves. You'll live among flies. You should be stung by bees. And look at him trying to run away from it. Oh, goodness. Yep, that is nasty. So, he's over here getting attacked by bees. And the fairies just find this whole residence absolutely disgusting. And, oh, geez. Is that a fire on the queen? Has the queen just been... Oh, my goodness. Okay, so obviously Lord Zoro isn't going to go down without a fight. He's used some dark fairy magic to set the queen on fire. But Morrigan is going to come to the queen's defense and help put her out. Okay, the queen has begun her second round of attack. She is going to cast Inner Beauty and draw out all of the ugliness in Lord Zoro. So, is he going to be transformed, I wonder? Yep, there we go. There we go. Oh no, look at him. Look at him. There we go. There we go. The queen just brought out all of the ugly evil in him because he has a nasty personality. He's been doing so much wrong. People have died because of him. So the queen has laid down her attack. And Morrigan is going to give the finishing blow, essentially. So with Lord Zoro refusing to give them information or anything about the princess, they've just kind of decided, you know what, they have to take matters into their own hands and scope the lot. They have to kind of look through the cottage and figure things out on their own. But they don't want to leave Lord Zoro lying around because they don't know what he's capable of. You know, he might have some sort of unstable magic he's been dabbling in, fairy magic of some sort. So Morrigan is going to throw another one of the potions she brought with her, a flask of sleep. So she's going to throw that at Lord Zoro and knock him out. So, oh, up, this side? Okay, okay. And Nuala is guarding, of course, to make sure that he doesn't escape. And he can't really go anywhere. The fairies have him surrounded. Okay, here we go. Here we go. It's a very tight space. But she's going to knock out Lord Zoro. And there we go. He is very, 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 very exhausted. No, geez. He is not in a good way. His energy has been sucked out. So he is not going to be able to do anything right now. And he is going to pass out on the bed here. Okay, and Nuala, along with Morrigan, are gonna guard him to make sure he doesn't escape or do anything funny. And the queen is going to come here and search his body, and she is gonna discover a key on him, like on his belt. And she is going to start having the gears in her mind begin to move. And she's going to think, okay, well, this is a pretty big key, and it looks important, which is probably why he kept it so close to himself instead of leaving it around in the house somewhere. It must have access to wherever the princess is being kept. So she's going to go through, look in the rest of the cottage to see if she can find anything. So there's nothing here. There's nothing. She's gonna check in the bedroom in case there's a secret door or something like that. There's nothing here. There's nothing here either. And then she's gonna remember that on their way in, there was some funny stone kind of structure outside that was hidden by the tree. So she's gonna come out here. And it's absolutely disgusting, of course. But she's gonna come out here and check that out. Since there are no other doors really in the house that are locked. She's gonna come here. And now this looks suspicious. It looks way too tiny to be keeping someone in, but it looks suspicious. So she's gonna go ahead and use the key on that door. And she is going to find this ladder that seems to lead down to an underground cellar. And she's thinking about how disgusting it all is on the outside. Just as disgusting the inside. She's gonna come here. Okay. And as she's coming down, she's gonna begin to hear the sound of her daughter crying. Oh, Princess! She's gonna hear the sound of Princess Snow wailing and crying, and she's gonna know that's where her daughter is. So she's gonna use the key to unlock the door, and she is going to, let's see. Oh geez. Okay, let's console. She is going to, I wanted her to hug her daughter, unfortunately, but that's not coming up for me. And just like that, the Queen has rescued Princess Snow. She's gonna try and calm her down and let her know that she's safe, everything's okay. Marjorie's no longer here. Zorro has been subdued. They still don't know this is Zane, by the way. And the Princess and Celine don't know either, so it's not like they can tell them. The only people who knew are dead, apart from Zorro, and he's refusing to talk. But she's gonna say they're safe, the subdued Zorro has passed out. The sorceress and hero are looking over him. She's fine, she's okay. Right, let's try and cheer her up. I really wanted her to give her a hug. Give her a hug. She's gonna be so happy to have found her daughter again. I think the Queen is no doubt gonna be upset that her daughter is in such bad shape and she looks tortured. She doesn't know what Zorro put Princess Snow through, but she is very, very happy to have found her daughter safe and sound. Well, not safe, but now she's safe. Alive, let's just say, especially after they saw Raven's gravestone and she's dead. I think she's just glad that the princess is alive. So, okay, she has the princess. Now, they're gonna go from here to the castle. They're gonna make sure to take the remains of Raven and Marjorie because they need to be dealt with as well. She has to take the very sad news back to the Lakelands that the eldest daughter is dead. And they're gonna make sure Princess Snow is looked at and that she can get a bath, get changed, be returned back to the castle where everyone's gonna be happy that she is okay. And they're gonna throw Lord Zorro in the dungeon where he can't really hurt anyone else. We're picking up at the castle at 10 p.m. at night. The Queen has gathered the entire court to let them know that the princess is back safe and sound. They've already had a chance to see her, check that she's okay, and talk to her a little bit. And she has also gone ahead, taken a bath. She's nice and clean. She's gotten some new clothes. So she is in a better state than how she was initially, as the fairies were bringing her into the castle. And the Queen has also brought them together because she needs to pass on some grave news. So let's ignore the call that you're having. Okay, she needs to pass on some grave news, and she is looking at Nessie because she's worried. Nessie and Azalea, they don't know anything, as you can see. They have no clue that Raven is dead. They just think she's missing. They're not sure where she is right now. And I think with everything that's been going on with the princess being kidnapped and Celine being in a coma, Raven, it's like not coming to their mind right now that something is wrong if Raven isn't here. Like something grave could have happened to her. At the worst, I think they're assuming Raven would have been in a similar situation to Princess Snow and Celine. So the Queen here is letting everyone know that Lord Zoro has been captured and he is now in the dungeon awaiting his punishment, which she will get to in a bit. But when she arrived at Witch's Island with the sorceress and the hero, she discovered 2 gravestones, and those graves belong to Marjorie Dragovic, the newly wedded wife of Lord Zoro, and to Raven Lakeland. So I think Nessie is gonna have some problem believing that initially, but the Queen would never lie to them about something like that. They've known the Queen for a long, long time. Plus, they have, Princess Snow, who's just distraught that someone died, mainly because I think the idea scares her that she could have died as well. Raven died, she could have died. We have Lady Nuala and Morrigan, who is going to corroborate that story and let Nessie know that yes, we did find the grave of Raven. Unfortunately, she died. She was dead when we got there. And they don't really know the story behind, how she might have died. They're not entirely sure, right? Zoro has his own theory about what happened with Raven and with Marjorie. These guys probably are thinking something different. Maybe they think Zoro ended up killing Marjorie and Raven together, because they don't really know the love story that was like the love triangle that was going on. Zoro was aware because he was taking advantage of that love triangle. But these guys, they're not entirely sure. They have their own theories. But we have that going on, and Azalea is just going to be enraged. She is going to be very, very, very angry that her sister went there and her sister died. She probably thinks that Raven went there to rescue Princess Snow and she was killed. Now Azalea, look, Celine is still pissed, but Azalea, along with Celine, pretty much all the youngsters, they're going to demand that Zoro be executed for his crimes, that he be killed. Because, especially for Azalea, Zoro kidnapped her aunt, and then he killed her older sister, so she is just really, really enraged about all of this, and she thinks that he should be killed. He should be killed. And look at the princess. She's just so upset and distraught, and she's just been wailing and wailing and talking like mad ever since she came back. So that's what's going on with these guys. Now the Queen has been listening to everyone, and she's gonna think on what to do with Zoro. But she's letting everyone know that, they're gonna have to take Raven's gravestone to they're gonna have to take it to the graveyard, of course, and the memorial lot. And they're gonna have to find some place for her, put something down for her. Now I'm wondering, I might just keep it at the cemetery. I think that'll be fine for us to keep the gravestones at the cemetery, but that's what needs to go down at this point in time. So there's a lot to think about, there's a lot to prepare. So she's not gonna lay down a sentence just yet. She also wants to interrogate Zoro, Lord Zoro, to figure out what his motive was, because yes, the Queen is upset, but at the same time she is a queen, and it's part of her role to make sure she understands what she's doing and why even a villain would have done what they did. Because who knows, she might be able to learn something from this experience and prevent it from happening in the future, and it could serve as a lesson to the other fairies as well. So, with that, she is going to dismiss the ladies. So just after the ladies were dismissed from the court and everyone is either feeling miserable from the news they've heard or enraged, our minister, Lady Nessie, had a letter delivered to her, which she is going through and reading in the study just now, and it was written specifically to her. And this letter is actually from Raven. And no, Raven's not alive, but if you guys remember, she actually was at the library for a while doing her research before she left for the Witch's Island, and she started hiding out there near the cottage. So after she had completed her research, Raven actually went through and wrote this very detailed letter explaining the origins of Lord Zorro, the whole concept of the portal, how Marjorie became a witch, Marjorie's relationship to Raven, and the fact that Lord Zorro is actually Lord Zane Delaney from Parallel World. Everything that she knew, she wrote down in that letter, and she also talked about her relationship with Marjorie as a way to explain what she was about to do and the news that might come back to Nessie once this was all over. And Raven gave instructions. She left that letter at the library, and she gave instructions for it to be delivered to the castle in a certain amount of days' time, because I think she knew by then whatever she had to do would already be done and she would be dead. So Nessie is just close to passing out from heartbreak at this point after reading the letter and kind of trying to process everything that has happened, and no doubt she feels just so torn by what her daughter would have had to go through. I mean, she's experienced a similar situation in that she was in love with Raven's father, Hugh, and that is so sad now that I think about it, because Raven was a child of her and Hugh, you know, a remnant of their lost love, and then she died so tragically, but she kind of knows what it feels like to love someone that much. Obviously, she didn't have time to obsess over him, but she was willing to leave everything here to be with Hugh. It's just that he died of old age by that point, so she couldn't go. There was no point in going. And all because, you know, the queen was trying to keep her away from Hugh. She wasn't allowing them to get married, indirectly, because she laid down a law that said you can only marry princes and lords. But essentially, Nessie knows some of what it feels like to love someone that much, and I think she feels so heartbroken to know that her daughter would have been miserable having to go through that, and that she was alone when she confronted Marjorie and when she died, without anyone by her side, without any family. But she is going to take the contents of this letter. She is going to sleep on it because everyone is just so exhausted. She needs to rest. But she's going to take the contents of this letter to the queen, and hopefully that helps the queen make a decision on what needs to be done next with Lord Zorro. But okay guys, with that said and done, I'm going to leave off here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Bye bye.